Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Thanks for joining me. Before I start this, if this is your ear, you probably recognise it. If you were a young lady from Liverpool way who came to see me a week or two ago, then this is your ear. Now, I'll just tell everybody else, I'm saying that as if it's only you that's watching, but I know you do watch, so hello to you. I'll tell everybody else a little bit about this ear and the history, because this poor little girl has quite an extensive history with both her ears. You're going to see the other one. There was no removal to do in it, but it didn't look very happy. Now, you can obviously see there's something in this ear that shouldn't be in there, and it's a grommet, and it's a loose grommet. Now, this young lady has had grommets in 3 times, I think, if memory serves me right, and still keeps getting glue ear. Now, if you're wondering what that is, I know a lot of regulars will know, but there'll be a few who don't understand what that is, so I'll very briefly explain it to you. So for you to hear properly, you need the air pressure to be the same on both sides of your eardrum. The outside, the outer ear canal, that's open to the atmospheric air pressure. Behind your eardrum in the middle ear space, which is air-filled, is not as open to the atmospheric air pressure. So your body has got this eustachian tube, which goes from the back of your nose to the space behind your ear, and it opens and shuts when it needs to allow air in to fill up that space to balance out the air pressure on both sides of your eardrum. Now, for some kids, that eustachian tube is quite narrow. So it has trouble opening and shutting and getting the correct amount of air in to get the right air pressure. So what you can end up with is like a negative air pressure in the space behind the eardrum. And that can cause like a bit of a vacuum effect where it can suck in all the fluid from that area and suck the fluid out of the cells there. And you can get a lot of fluid behind your ear. I still think there is a little bit behind this one as well. So what they're going to do next, I'm not entirely sure, because like I said, she had three grommet surgeries, and so hopefully there's some other options rather than, because I don't think they were keen on doing it a 4th time, but maybe there are some other things that they can look into to maybe look into the issue with the eustachian tube itself. But I'll keep you posted on that. Let me know when you hear from the specialist, because I did refer them on to the ear, nose and throat specialist, who I know they're already quite well known to. Now, as I just peered, there's a reason why I didn't go. I don't like going into little people's ears with sharp implements, because they are prone to moving around a little bit and being a bit nervous, so understandably. So that's why I used the suction to get this out, and it was quite deep in there as well. But she was very good and very brave. So well done to you. There's a lot of grown-ups who aren't as brave as you. You'll meet one in the next video, in the next ear in this procedure, and you'll see why. Somebody was jumping out their absolute skin. So as you can see, a little bit pink there where we've removed that from, and it is still a little bit retracted, that eardrum. And I do think that it's difficult to tell because I put some oil in there as well, so there will be a bit of oil sitting around there, but I'm just turning it up and it looks to me like there is still a collection of fluid behind there. The easiest way to tell is to pinch your nose and blow. Then that causes bubbles to blow. Then you can confirm that there's any fluid behind there. But she finds that quite painful to do, so obviously we didn't ask her to do that. This is her other ear, which obviously there's no loose grommet in, but obviously that wasn't very happy either. Some quite large retraction pockets in that as well, and obviously scars from the old grommets. Excuse me. So hopefully they can look into that, and if that's your ear, again, hello to you. I know this young girl watches me on TikTok, so I hope you enjoyed that. And if I'm not mistaken, this video will be released a very similar time to your birthday. So happy birthday. There's the birthday present from me. And I hope you enjoyed that anyway. And yeah, they travelled a fair distance to me as well, which I'm always grateful for. It was from Merseyside way, from Liverpool. I'm not going to do any Scouse jokes. That would be very wrong of me. A lot of my best friends are Scousers, so I'm not going to go there. I know better than that. Because where I am, I'm kind of halfway in between Manchester and Liverpool. I don't want to identify as any of them, but there is obviously a big rivalry between Manchester and Liverpool, and I have an equal amount of friends from both. So I'll do my best not to upset either of them. So no Scouse jokes from me today, although there are plenty I could, but I'm not going to. Anyway, before I forget, subscriber of the day today is Matthew Scarborough. Now, I'm going to assume that is pronounced Scarborough, but it's not spelt like the town Scarborough, which is a town on the east coast of England. Very nice seaside town, because it's spelt differently. I know you spelt your name. If you just said the second bit of that, the BROUGH, that's pronounced Brough for most people with that name. So it could be Scarborough, but I will assume Scarborough. But I've said both, just in case either's right. Anyway, as I was telling you, the first lady, the first young girl, was extremely brave, managed to keep really still throughout the procedure. I could not say the same for this patient, who was extremely jumpy. You may have noticed I'm coming away quite a lot in this ear. Now you're thinking, how's that ended up down there? It is a cotton bud. It's quite classic as well. And she's been really lucky not to do any damage, because she's poked it down really deep in, sorry, I've got an itchy nose, in both, I think it's maybe looking at those hairs there. She poked it down very deep in both ears, and because it's kind of sideways on, it's really difficult to get a grip of. Really difficult to get tools in something like this, so I'm not even considering entertaining it. But what's happening is, as I'm touching it, it is just pushing it in a bit further, because there's no real flat surface to get a grip of. And she could feel it a little bit. Maybe that explains why she was a bit jumpy. But yeah, she was extremely jumpy. You'll have seen me shooting away on a couple of occasions. And I think what I ended up doing, I think I switched tubes to a slightly bigger one, which obviously it generates a little bit more oomph in the suction tube, but trying to find the right area to get a grip of when it's this deep down and when it's also this dry, it's really tricky. So I'm just searching around, and you can see it moving, can't you? But you won't see it coming forward yet, just pushing it further in a bit. And obviously it's very close to the eardrum, this, so it was making me nervous. Any specialist who says they don't get nervous doing stuff this close to the eardrum is either overconfident or lying to you. It is nerve-wracking. So, as you can see, finally got a lip on that one to nudge it away from the side of the ear canal. And hopefully this lady doesn't use cotton buds again. Because she'd done a really good job of making it difficult for me to get out. But finally managed to get it out, and out it pops. A little bit at the top. I thought it'd be rude to leave that, because I wouldn't be surprised if she used cotton buds again and maybe pushes that in. Because when some people say they won't do it again, some just get that urge, and before you know it, they've grabbed one and they've done it again. So I'm going to get the remaining bit at the top of the ear. Again, a very difficult spot to get into this. Really difficult spot. So you'll see it's a slightly different angle now. And the reason is they've asked the patient to tilt the head over that way. Makes it a lot easier to get things from the top of the ear canal, which I think we managed to do. Anyway, don't forget, if you have enjoyed this video, then feel free to let me know. If it's your ear that you saw in the first one, then and you watch it on TikTok, leave us a comment. So let me know that you've seen it. And if and for everyone else, if you could just follow the channel, subscribe to it, I would really appreciate it. Still in my mission to get to 100,000 before the end of 2025, which I'm hoping we can do. I think it's touch and go, but I know some people have been following the channel for ages and watch every video and haven't subscribed, and they left me a message saying, I've only just subscribed, and the reason why I didn't subscribe is because I felt like it was a guilty pleasure. I didn't want to openly admit or have it on my profile that you can, that other people can see the channels that you've subscribed to. Nothing to be ashamed of. It really isn't. Yeah, maybe if you were a bit embarrassed to subscribe to the channel, just in case anybody they know sees the kind of channels that they subscribe to. There's worse things you can subscribe to, I'm sure. Anyway, having a bit of difficulty getting to the right angle of this, and obviously because this lady was very jumpy, again, it's making me nervous, so I'm trying to take my time and be really careful. And it's, again, a difficult spot to get to, very sensitive as well. But I think with a bit of persistence, it'll just pop up. There it goes. Lovely spotless here after that one. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. But for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da.